What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my betting breakdown video for UFC 319. We have Khamzat Chimaev going against Dricus du Plessis. Really looking forward to the card, although it has taken some hits. We did have 15 fights a couple days ago. We are now down to 12 fights. We lost the Diego Ferreira Green fight. We lost one of the tough fights. And then Brian Battle tried to cheat, missed weight by 5 pounds, and the Brian Battle fight is now off. He was supposed to take on Nursultan Rizabov. So now down to 12 fights for UFC 319. And this is going to be kind of a quick video. I need to get to my flight. I'm heading out to Chicago. It's about an hour drive to Cleveland, and I'm in a big hurry. So hopefully I can catch the flight, because that would be terrible. But I have to get this video out. I have to get it out. So let's go quickly through it. Some of these matches I'm just going to kind of brief over. It's the first one, the tough fight. We don't have any props out yet. We got Alibi, who's like minus 450, something like that. I think he should win probably by decision, but yeah, no props out, nothing to really talk about. Not going to play him at minus 400, minus 450. Karina Silva, Diana Barbosa. I have 0.75 units on Karina Silva inside the distance at plus 270, and then a quarter unit sprinkle on Karina Silva by knockout, plus 1100. And yeah, Barbosa, she's coming in here on short notice. You know, these two have fought before. I do think Karina Silva's made a ton of improvement. She looks to be in probably the best shape of her career as well. She's dangerous, 94% finish rate. Barbosa's been knocked out before. Barbosa gets hurt in a lot of fights as well. And I think Karina Silva could win really by any method. I think Silva is a solid parlay piece even. Like, I could see her winning by decision, obviously. I could see her winning by knockout. I could see her winning by submission. I think Silva wins this really however she wants. But yeah, I think the knockout is sneaky here, and then I could see a submission. She goes for him, you know, a ton. So yeah, I like the inside the distance for Silva. I think she wins the fight violently. Next, we got Edson Barbosa going against Drakkar Klose. Kind of a weird one here. We got two older guys going at it, two guys where I just really question the durability. I don't think either guy can really take a punch anymore. And I think Barbosa is definitely the more dangerous guy, and that's why I do lean towards him. But I could see a scenario where Drakkar Klose kind of cage pushes him over the course of 15 minutes. But I took the fight ends by knockout, 1 unit plus 155. I think Barbosa is very, very live for a knockout. If this fight's at range, I think he can absolutely touch the chin of Klose. But on the flip side, like, it wouldn't shock me if you know, Klose is able to get a knockout here. Barbosa just wobbles and has terrible reactions to everything that lands nowadays. He's coming up a weight class, but he is 39, 40 years old at this point. But yeah, I like violence here. I think the fight ends by knockout. It's a solid look at plus 155. Then we got Chase Hooper going against Alexander Hernandez. I like the fight doesn't go to decision. It's my biggest play of the week. 2.5 units at minus 130. It's currently sitting at minus 150. And yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a very easy fight to break down, and I feel like we know what's going to happen. Hernandez is probably going to start good early, but you know, as most and pretty much all Hernandez fights, he's going to slow down as the fight goes on, and Hooper's a guy that's going to push a pace. He's going to mix in the takedowns. He's going to chain wrestling, submission attempts, you know, tons of volume, and we've just seen Hernandez broken time and time again. 4 losses for Hernandez, 4 losses inside the distance for Hernandez, 3 by knockout, 1 by submission. I think Chase Hooper inside the distance at plus money is a good look. And then I think the fight doesn't go to decisions, a good look, because if Hernandez is winning, I kind of think he's catching Hooper early. Lupita Godinez, Jessica Andrade, not touching this one. I think Lupi should win, but she hasn't shown the best fight IQ, and I don't want to get involved laying chalk there. Bossinger, Susser Kayev going against Eric Nolan, no props. And if I do add something, I'll post it and I'll pin it in the comments. I might add like a parlay or a potential play on this fight, but we don't have props out to talk about yet. So the total is set at 1.5. The under is like minus 200. That's kind of disgusting, but yeah, if I add anything and anything sticks out, I'll pin it in the comments there. Next, we got Mikhail Olazechuk going against Gerald Meerschaert. I got the under 1.5 rounds here, minus 112 for 2 units. I really like violence here. It's a very binary fight. Either Mikhail Olazechuk knocks out Gerald Meerschaert, or Meerschaert gets his fight down to the ground and submits Mikhail Olazechuk. And Meerschaert's more of like a 2-3 guy, but if Meerschaert gets down Olazechuk in round 1, he's getting subbed. Just Olazechuk, I know he's at the Fighting Nerds, but his ground game, the jiu-jitsu, has just never been good. And Meerschaert, if he gets your back, if he gets on top of you, you're probably done. So I do lean Mikhail Olazechuk, but I could see a scenario where that goes very poorly, very quickly if this fight hits the mat. The ground is lava for Mikhail, but I like that under 1.5 rounds, and I think Mikhail probably knocks him out early. Next, we got Kai Asakura going against Tim Elliott. I got Asakura to win inside the distance, 1.25 units at plus 160. And yeah, Tim Elliott, I'm worried about him. He's coming in here with the big beard, and He's 38 years old, hasn't fought in almost 2 years. I'm not sure what the whole training situation is for Tim Elliott. Nobody knows where he's even training. And I think Asakura is a very good fighter. I think they threw him to the wolves in the first fight against Alexander Pantoja. I think he's going to show people that he absolutely does belong, and he's an incredible fighter. He just fought Alexander Pantoja, but luckily Tim Elliott is not Alexander Pantoja. I think Asakura could knock him out here. I think he could even submit him. Elliott's been submitted 6 times, which is ridiculous, but I do lean KO, but I like the inside the distance for Asakura, plus 160 for 1.25 units. Paige Cannonier, I have 2 units on the Paige decision or knockout double chance at minus 175. Then a half a unit on Paige to win by knockout, plus 450 there. And yeah, I think Paige wins this fight. I think it's a good matchup for him. I think for Cannonier to win this fight, he's going to have to do something that he's never done before, which is going to be put on those wrestling shoes and wrestle for 15 minutes. And I just don't know if that's too likely yet, especially 41 years old now for Cannonier. I like Paige on the feet here, and I think he could hurt Cannonier, who's been hurt a ton. His last 4 fights is getting hurt, wobbled, dropped, knocked out, and I think Paige can potentially put him out here. So yeah, don't mind Paige. Money line, the Paige double chance if you want a better price tag, and then also the Paige knockout prop. So 2.5 units invested in Michael Paige this week. Carlos Prates, Jeff Neal. I wasn't going to touch this fight, but the fight ends by knockouts, minus 125. I put 1.25 units on that. I do pick Prates to win this fight by knockout, but Prates has been knocked out twice before. Those were a long time ago, but Jeff Neal does have a ton of power, and I think these guys are just going to stand and bang it to one-man falls, and I think Prates is probably going to touch the chin of Jeff Neal. I know Jeff Neal's durable, but I don't really think it's going to matter. I mean, the Leech was durable, and look what Prates did to the Leech. Knocked him out brutally. So I like Prates here by knockout, but I took the fight ends by knockout. It's not much worse of a price than the Prates knockout prop. Pico Murphy. I took the Murphy plus 3.5 point spread, minus 150 for 1.5 units. I think he can go out there and win a round against, Aaron Pico. Pico really impressed me. Pico's a very good fighter. Pico can wrestle here. Pico can land big shots, but I think Murphy can go out there and win at least a round. If not the fight, we'll have to see. Pico does look like the real deal to me, but this is going to be an astronomical step up in competition, so I'm hoping Murphy can go 15 minutes here, which I think he should. He's very durable, and I think he's even the more durable fighter in this matchup, and then I think Murphy can win at least one round with the striking there. So yeah, Murphy plus 3.5, minus 150. That line kind of surprised me there, just to win one round on all 3-digit scorecards. And then Chimaev Duplessis. So last week I played Dolidze early and Hernandez late, but I did Hernandez by KO late. I'm doing the same thing here. I got Chimaev early, Duplessis late. I played Chimaev to win in rounds 1 or rounds 2, 1.4 units at plus 155. And then I have 0.2 unit sprinkles on Dricus Duplessis KO3, KO4, and KO5, which are astronomical numbers. KO3 for Dricus is plus 3,000, KO4 is plus 4,000, and KO5 is plus 6,000. So I need a Chimaev early win or a Dricus Duplessis 3-4-5 KO. If one of those hit, especially those Dricus late KO props, it's going to be a big night there. So that's how I'm playing the main event. I like the fight as it goes as a potential parlay piece, but that's kind of how I'm playing it. I think it's violent, whether it's Chimaev early or Dricus late. There you guys have it. Quickest betting breakdown video in the history of my betting breakdown videos, but I got to go catch this flight. Like I said, I might be adding something here in the Susser Kaya fight. Might be adding something there. We'll see when they get the props out, if they're even remotely playable. Not sure they will be. And then there's something else I might add in the Olazechuk Mearshart fight as well. So I'm going to kind of think about it, wait for these props to drop, and then if I do add anything, of course, it'll be on the website, dfsbythenumbers.com, and then I will pin it in the comment section below. So there you guys have it. Looking forward to the card, looking forward to being there. Hopefully it's a fun card. Hopefully everything goes well. Best of luck, everybody, for UFC 319. We'll talk to you guys soon. See you later.